What's poppin', Carolina Nation, all my Pantherologists? Welcome to yet another edition of Pantherology. So, today's episode is going to be on my early 7-round mock draft for the Carolina Panthers that I did for myself, and I'm just going to go over it with you. And before we get into today's topic, though, as I ask that you pound that like button, pound the subscribe button, comment down below, click that post notifications bell so you don't miss out on the new videos and all that raw content. So, let's get into this. So, it's the first day of the off season, so you know what that means. Mock time, like I said. With the 2020 season, officially in the books, the Carolina Panthers are on to 2021, which means mock drafts will be flying around, and they already have. So the Panthers will hold the 8th pick in the draft, and of course, as we all know, a pick that produced a pretty solid player the last time they held it. So what will happen this time around? Let's take a stab with the offseason officially underway. So, with the 8th pick, I picked, hoping I'm pronouncing this guy's name right, Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon. And already we have an interesting development in this particular draft. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, and Zach Wilson are all off the board in the first 4 picks, which is entirely possible when the real thing happens. So, don't rule out a trade up at number 3 with Miami. Sewell ends up falling through the cracks, and the Panthers can finally address the left tackle position. Something they have seemed to neglect pretty much since Jordan Gross retired. So the big question of the offseason will be if the team re-signs Taylor Moton. Having Moton and Sewell can help boost Carolina's rebuild. All right, the next pick, the 40th pick, Asante Samuel Jr., the cornerback out of Florida State. Now, cornerback is going to be another position the Panthers really have to take a hard look at in the offseason. I mean, Dante Jackson had a bounce-back season when he was healthy. But other than that, the question marks are kind of all over the place. Rasul Douglas struggled in the second half, and the Panthers have decided how they feel about all the youth on the rest of the depth chart, including Troy Pride and Corn Elder, among others. And then, Samuel adds more youth, but an NFL bloodline to the mix, and the competition will be fierce at that position. Next, with the 72 pick, I chose Desmond Ritter, I think that's how you pronounce it, the quarterback out of Cincinnati. Now, if the Panthers strike out on the top quarterbacks, Ritter is not a bad fallback option in round 3. I mean, Cincinnati is coming off one of their best seasons in school history and only had a better win percentage since 2009. So they fought down to the wire against Georgia in the Peach Bowl. Ryder is maybe the most intriguing option after what seems to be the top group of prospects. He had a very respectable 19-6 touchdown to interception ratio in 2020. Ryder would be able to sit for a year and learn before he's ready to take the field. Next, with the 109th pick, I chose Daz Newsome, the wide receiver out of North Carolina. The possibility is there that Curtis Samuel will not be back with the Panthers in 2021. And Robbie Anderson will be entering a contract year. The Panthers will need weapons for whomever the quarterback ends up being. Now, Newsome brings plenty of talent and went out with a bang with an incredible catch during the Orange Bowl against Texas A&M. Next pick, and it's the 148th pick in the draft, Monte Rice, linebacker out of Georgia. Now, Rice is a bit of a sleeper at the linebacker position, but we don't know what the Panthers will do with Jermaine Carter, who had a nice second half of the season. I mean, we can be sure Tahir Whitehead is as good as gone. So, bodies will be needed there. Rice was third on the team with 49 tackles in 2020. Next pick, the 186th pick. I think we should go with Jared Patterson, the running back out of Buffalo. Christian McCaffrey is still the man. There is no question there. But Carolina is likely going to find some help behind him after the run game was average, but not great in the 13 games McCaffrey missed. Patterson burst onto the scene a few weeks ago when he rushed for 8 touchdowns against Kent State, nonetheless, but simply incredible. Next pick, the 216th pick, I picked Matt Bushman, the tight end out of BYU. Now, Bushman is an interesting, evaluation. He has the talent and could be seen as an interesting option to move all across the field as a dynamic weapon. The downside to him is he is already 25 years old. So having completed his mission trip and he suffered a season injury back in September, it will be fascinating to see where Bushman lands, or even if he gets drafted at all. And then with the 229th pick, I picked Mustafa Johnson, the defensive lineman out of Colorado. Now, the Panthers ended up pretty thin along with defensive line in 2020. Johnson helps add a body nearly across the board, bringing experience at a number of positions at Colorado with him. Unfortunately, time is soon running out on Kawan Short in Carolina. So, Carolina has to be pleased with the early returns on both Derek Brown and Bravion Roy. So, guys, that is my early 7-round mock draft for the Carolina Panthers. Pound that like button, pound that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know what you think. Tell me your mock draft. And click that post notification bell so you get the new videos when they come out. Panther Nation, Pantherologist, keep pounding.